Both of you have taken your talents outside the U.S. Did this change your perspective on how you approach your career?
Absolutely. I mean, I spent 6 years in Japan, and I spent half of my adult life in Japan. And development-wise in baseball and in life in general, it changed who I am. You know, I raised a family while I was there doing that in Japan. And, you know, the view of what baseball is back then and what it is now is completely different from I mean, that was only 6 years. You know, in baseball life, it's a long time, but in the lifespan, it's only a short period. But you don't realize until later on that all these decisions that you're making while you're in these different countries, you're adapting to a different country, you're learning how these people, you know, go about their lives, and you're changing who you are to adapt to them. And at the end of the day, you know, being a world traveler has changed everything about who I am today.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It just gives you perspective on things. It changes the way you see the game. I wasn't over there for as long as Tony was, but I spent time in Mexico, I spent time in Cuba, I spent time in Asia, in Taiwan, and it gives you an appreciation for the game because you see how much those guys love the game, and they don't have the opportunity to make the money that you have over here in the major leagues or for Tony in Japan. He was making a significant amount of money, and just kind of gives you that little extra motivation that there's a lot of reasons to love the game of baseball and to keep playing it. I think that it definitely, going to Mexico especially, gave me more motivation to keep pursuing my craft here.
Yeah. I think to add to that, I think it just adds creativity. Because you get outside of the American game and you've been taught one way your entire life. This is the way you play baseball, this is the way you play baseball. Then you get to another country and realize this is not the way you play baseball. That you see a different country and a different culture mixing in with the baseball, and it changes it. It changes the way that they approach, hitters, pitchers, and all that. And, so it adds a creativity level to you. It's like it's okay to be outside the box. Let's scrap what we know. It's not working, and let's think outside the box. And I think that it fed the creativity that as an athlete.
Even up to last year when I came and watched you in spring training, there was a significant amount of pitchers in before you, and you could even tell there was a different, more creative approach. Like you could see it visually from a guy who, not played baseball. You could visually see the creativity and the difference in being places and how you do the ball.
It's okay to be different. Dare to be different. It's not the guys that do the same thing as everybody else along the way that end up being at the top. In our game right now in pitching, you have Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner. All these guys have these unbelievable pitching styles. And along the lines, I'm pretty sure every single one of them was told at some point that they've got to change the way they pitch. I mean, they're like, no, this is my art. This is the way I'm going to do it. This is mine. And it's those guys that make it theirs, that own it, and just make it theirs, that end up sprouting and kind of reaching the top.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. You don't change an artist roughly. He paints the way that he wants to paint.
Right.
Everybody's allowed to be different. It's very unique in baseball. One thing I was going to say is that you have a newfound respect for once you go and you're the minority where you don't speak the majority language of your country. So I always took for granted when I'd play with Latin guys. I'm like, why can't they speak English and stuff like that? Why can't they communicate better? And then when I went over and I was the one of 3 or 4 guys that doesn't speak Spanish or doesn't speak Chinese, it gave me a newfound respect for guys having to deal with tough situations and not always understanding 100% what's going on and having to kind of adjust on the fly was something that was eye-opening for me.
So being in those other places, and you touched on it, having to almost embrace, accept the cultures, you think that's made you a better teammate, I'm assuming, coming back here?
Absolutely. That was part of the respect. You give people the benefit of the doubt now. You understand that they're trying, that it's not always easy, and that just like people have, people who speak different languages have good days and bad days. It's not always just good days for them too. And so you kind of, you lose sight of that if you haven't experienced going to their world and being the minority in their culture. And I definitely think it's made me a better teammate.
Right, absolutely. You isolate yourself in a different country. I was lucky enough to have my wife with me, and that was pretty much all we had with each other at that time. And you learn to deal. You see what, like he said, like a lot of the Latin players in the United States, these guys, they don't speak English right away, and how far they come in a short span, it's impressive. And being that guy, like he said, being that guy that you don't understand 90% of your team, you're forced to adapt. And if you don't, you're just going to get weeded out. Adapt or die.
You don't.